Hello everyone, welcome to StraightAMagic. Dawson here, back with my compatriots Busted Headphones, X-Kirby, and Hirobi Gamble with our sixth and final monocolored colorless draft here today. And a little fun little side note for this all, since there's only 20 eligible colorless commanders we can draft, we decided to do only 3 picks for each of us today. That way we don't diminish the whole board and someone ends up with a Faceless Piper and Clara Oswald and other great stuff that of course everybody would want. So we have a limited selection here today, but I still think it'll be a pretty fun and goofy draft. Today, Hirobi, you're leading us off, aren't you?
Indeed.
Well, take it away, my friends.
What's up, boys and girls? I'm Hirobi. What am I doing with my life? So, because they're a limited number, part of me wants to pick something good, part of me wants to pick something really silly. But I think I'm just going to have to go with the de facto best colorless commander, period, because Eldrazi be Eldraziing. Zoolodock Void Gorger. I mean, it's sort of death. I mean, you know, like, why wouldn't you pick him first if you had the opportunity? He's absurd. Colorless is known for being very, very easy to ramp with, simply because of all the artifact ramp. Just drop an Ulamog turn 4 and say, go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's super fun.
Drop an Ulamog turn 4, get 2 more Ulamogs for free.
Factual.
All right, Curb.
Who's next?
All right. For my pick 1, I'm going to go with one of the more popular ones just to get it unlocked. I'm going to drop in Traxos, Scourge of Krug. He's a 7/7 with Trample for 4 mana. He doesn't untap during your untap step, and he enters untapped. The only way to untap him is by casting historic spells, which I'm hearing colorless. You're gonna anyways. You basically should get a 7/7 trampler in the command zone for 4. Pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Dude, Mirko would
It's pretty freaking gnarly, dude.
Mirko would love your pick, Curb. But you know what? Mirko won't love my pick, because I thought for sure this would be 101, but then again, I forgot Zoolodock existed for a second. But I thought it'd be 102, but it wasn't. It's Kozilek, the Great Distortion, the only great colorless commander that was like eligible from like 2014 on or something like that.
Yeah,
2016 on. So pretty much the first eligible commander in colorless commander in Commander. So it was one of the first original build-arounds of like, can you make this work? And not only now do we have a lot more colorless support, Kozilek in general before was also pretty dang strong. I mean, it fills up your hand once you get to that 10 mana. I mean, you're colorless, so all you can do is ramp with basically artifacts. And then it draws you the cards. And, you know, colorless, especially back in the day, couldn't really draw cards. Now we have a lot more options. And honestly, I haven't played Kozilek or built a deck around this commander in a while, and I would actually be kind of excited to. But it's a great throwback commander. It's one of the better colorless commanders, and there's not many left. So Kozilek the Great Distortion is my 101.
Well, I mean, come on. Most colorless creatures are Eldrazi, and Kozilek's definitely up there. So, I mean, it had to be picked. That being said, I'm choosing the new Ulamog. He really hoses one specific player very early because, again, you're going to ramp into him. Then he gets a Supreme buff and has Annihilator equal to that buff. So then you can start hosing down different players, start making them sacrifice their board state. And again, faster you get him on the board, the harder it is to deal with, because he's also got Ward. So just everybody has to deal with him when he comes out. And I mean, we're doing
Cruel Word too.
We're all doing colors commanders, so obviously the other players have high stuff to annihilate or to exile, right? But all jokes aside, even in a normal game, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. That being said, I don't want to just play only Eldrazi here, so I'm going to take Graws here before others can take it. Just to have a little bit more flavor going on. Juggernaut
Kirby's
style.
whale. Kirby's whale of
That
sorrow.
was Dawson.
It was Dawson.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Dawson's whale of sorrow.
No.
Did you want Graw's neck? Was that it, Dawson? Again,
Hey, at least my art was better.
it is better. It is
It is
better.
pretty
But
dope.
yeah, I had to change it up. I don't want to just have a field full of Eldrazi. But a field full of Juggernauts? Now that's good gameplay right there. So, as it is.
Actually, Hirobi's art for Zulodok reminds me of that game Unravel. You know that little red yarn guy.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Now that I see it, I can't unsee it. So we're running out of playable Colorless commanders real fucking quick. So I'm gonna take one of the last ones in terms of actually possibly good and more competitive type Colorless decks. And honestly, whatever, it's fun. Karn Legacy Reforged. Again, it's more artifact based, so it's kind of more fun in that aspect. But you get big mana, you get him big boy. He's at least a 5/5 because he's equal to himself at the very least. But there's big mana artifact spells, so you can make him bigger. And then, of course, you get more mana for all the artifacts you have. So it's basically, ramping you and snowballing you into even more and more. And again, now that Colorless actually has a lot more support and card draw and abilities to get more Colorless into play, Karn Legacy Reforged is actually such a playable card nowadays. And I really like him as a commander, so he's my number 2 pick.
Very nice. Alright, for my number 2 pick, I'm gonna drop down Liberator Urza's Battlethopter.
Damn it!
Costs 3
son
mana.
of a bitch.
Has flash, so you can get it out kind of whenever you want. And it also gives all of your other colorless spells and artifact spells flash. Which, you have a colorless commander. That's every card, basically. Right? So, that's pretty good. And anytime you cast a spell with greater amount of mana than his power, he gets bigger. So he has flying. He's just really good for 3 mana. And enables a lot of what Colorless likes to do by giving all of your artifacts and Colorless spells flash. So that's my number 2
man.
pick.
Well,
Roby?
I still have like 3 total playable cards, so for my second pick, we're gonna go with another new Eldrazi. We're gonna go with Kozilek the Broken Reality. I really like this card. It feels really strong as a 9/9 for 9 mana. Manifesting seems fine, but you're also drawing 4 cards on cast. So you're replacing itself +3, which already just seems like a crazy rate. Plus, other colorless creatures you control get beefy, so that's super fun and exciting. And then for the last one, it's another one of the newest commanders on this list. One that I am currently in the middle of putting together and trying to make it work. Is the Capitoline Triad from Assassin's Creed.
Fuck you! Both of you now! Ah!
I didn't have it, so I fuck you guys.
Man, this card just seems so freaking sick. That emblem feels like it'd be crazy. Just basically like 3 Eldrazi's and any other colorless spell. Like all your stuff is just immediately 9/9s, which is just. Oh look, my 0/0 Thopter is a 0/1 Thopter is a 9/9 now. Fuck you! It seems really fun.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of. I think there's a lot of cards in colorless that you could play that are gonna be those like really small creatures that maybe have some powerful keywords on it, and then
Exactly.
just going like, okay, except now it's a 9/9, so have fun with that.
Yeah, pack your shit up and leave. But with that concludes my colorless draft.
All right.
Excuse me.
For my next pick, this one's actually coming. It's a hot off the press, coming up in Duskmorn. It is Marvin, Murderous Mimic. Marvin, Murderous
Ooh.
Mimic has all activated abilities and creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. I honestly, I don't know what you could do with this, but just reading that, I feel like the answer is a lot, and I'm excited
My
to see
for stealing it.
what
Because
Marvin.
I already know how to make it busted. You just get the Pilipala, you get something that taps for 2 mana, and you make infinite colored mana, and then play a big color spell.
Sure, that's
That-
one, and that's one way, and that's an obvious way. But I think the beauty with it is, I'm sure that the longer you spend looking at cards, the more shenanigans you can come up with. And he goes in your command zone, and he's a creature type toy. I think the only creature type toy, unless they're releasing more in the set.
There's more in the stat there.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's a couple
But-
of niche toys as well, or something along the lines of toy. It may not be toy specific, but I thought there was a couple other similar.
So that's my pick number 3, Marvin. You know him, you love him. You don't know him. He's just coming out. You might know him, depending on if you're keeping up with the new cards. Dawson, take it away.
Yeah, I'll be honest. At this point, pretty much all the fun, good colorless commanders went. So it's pretty much cookie cutter or really bad value colorless commanders. So take your pick. But I'm gonna go with fun because I'm mad at what people took in this draft, even though there's like a limited pool. I'm gonna take Emrakul, the Promised End, because I promised to end you quickly, if I care. I just basically I like this one over the other regular Eldrazi because at the very least this ability is one of the more fun ones of like, oh, I'm going to take control of you for a turn and then also use you to kill the other players. And of course it's also a 13/13, so one of the bigger creatures in the world, flying trampler, and he costs less for cards in the graveyard basically, so card types in the graveyard granted. Plus, if you like hentai, you like my draft. Pass it to you, Blessed.
Oh, that was an interesting turn of events. Well, I mean, again, I've just stuck Eldrazi at this point. It feels like there's very few other colorless cards that could be said. So I guess I'll say the new Emrakul. I mean,
Oh my god, you guys.
it's good in the fact that it can steal other people's creatures.
Mine's bigger.
So, you know,
Just say mine's bigger.
Mine's bigger.
well, and it's going to cost less at the end of the day because yours will just get that inherent cost reduction. So I guess I'm just fucked no matter what.
No, but it has
No,
madness though. It has madness though.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
a fucking
sick.
command zone.
I mean, if you command beacon it into your hand,
That's true.
The one way.
You could do that.
There's
You could
one-
do that.
Well,
In
no,
Colorless
that's not the one way. That's not the one way.
I know. There's, like
There's also an
five.
artifact that'll do it. There's an also
let me cook.
let me
Oh,
cook
man.
because Marvin was stolen from me. I thought I was in the clear. Everybody was sad about the Captaline Triad, and then nope, Kerr just came and stole Marvin. So this is what I got.
Oh man. Well,
Oh, you had Marvin on your list?
Oh, Marvin was next on my list, and it was just stole from my grass because I want to see him succeed. I don't think he is going to be all that great, but I want to see him succeed.
Hirobi, I want to ask, if I had dropped down the Triad, did you have Liberator on your list?
I did.
Would you have done Liberator, do you think, or do you think there was another one they would have done?
I would have done Amarthus.
Fuck, I should have put down the Triad as my second pick.
it's so good.
I thought the Liberator was gonna go for sure, so I wanted to get Liberator out. I didn't think I was hoping that the Triad wasn't on anyone else's radar.
Oh, dude, the Trad was the second card I added to my deck.
But like, I know you got that art, but dude, this art's so fucking dope. The actual art for this is so fucking dope.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, the actual art.
It's done
better.
exquisitely.
Can we quickly look at the fact that out of all of the picks, 6 of them were Eldrazi,
Should have been
and-
more.
and all three of you had over half of your picks as Eldrazi.
Well, there's
When there's
nothing
only one
else.
picking- When there's only slim pickings, that's all you're going
Well,
to get.
Well, Girapur wasn't even called. Hope of Girapur.
Yes, I hope it's your.
Bro,
My bad, my
bro,
bad.
what about Karn's Silver Golem, dude? Come on, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right. You don't want to play Eddie from Fallout? I mean, we know
What about
Fallout
Peregrine
gets a big
Dynamo?
weapon list.
Yeah. Peregrine Dynamo, I actually think could be kind of good.
He was
Honestly.
my
Not in the command zone. Not in the command
He
zone.
was number 10.
I think it would be. I think Peregrine Dynamo would be fine.
Why not in the command zone?
I'm, now look, there might be some haters that say otherwise, but I don't know how much you can really get the benefit of him. I mean, I could be totally wrong. But because he does say any legendary source, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a creature like I was thinking.
And it also doesn't have to be yours.
It does have to be
doesn't.
you.
Oh no, it does have to be that you draw. Yeah,
My
I mean,
girlfriend's-
how many legendary sources are there in Colorless? I think is the main
There's
thing because we've
there's
looked at all the
actually a ton of
legendary
artifacts, though.
creatures.
There's actually a shit ton of artifacts.
Sure, yeah.
All the
I just mean,
planeswalkers. The Millennium Calendar, which I've always actually wanted to see top off. So I mean, there's some good legendary artifacts.
yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like overall, I do feel like there's a limited, limited amount of options. There is the only reason why I didn't pick him.
Well,
Anyway, here's everybody's draft as I'm hovering over it. Colorless, well, it's definitely something. And honestly, it went kind of more fun than I thought it would be. I'm glad we went down to 12 total rather than 20 because holy shit, this would be dragging out. Oh yeah, Hope of Giramore. I feel good about this pick as my pick 4. So I'm glad we did this. Colorless is pretty fun, and I'm glad we're getting more archetypes.
Hope of Gear first slaps. Put some respect on his name. Obsidian.
Busted on his last pick for we pick Edie. Yeah, I pick Edie because there's nothing else. Here's Edie. Thanks, guys.
what? Eddie? His name is Eddie.
Eddie, the fuck, it's Colorless. Go fuck itself. All right, we'll see
All right.
you on the next one. See y'all
All
on
right.
2 color.
Later, guys.